Hi guys, it's Spence here again. Situational awareness. The reason why situational awareness is in my head right now is because the past few weeks we've been talking about it at work. Every time the conversation comes up, everyone who hears it is like, what is situational awareness? The reason why situational awareness came up at work is like this. Mr. A has been teasing me for some time, okay? And one time he asked me to get something, his phone, off his pocket. It was kind of hard for me to get, but I just did it. And since then, he kept teasing me about it as if I touched him appropriately. I did not touch him inappropriately, but maybe it's a joke, like it's just joking. But I'm not really sure anymore because of the amount of times even other people would come to me and say, "Oh, Mr. A told me that you touched him," something like that, and I'm just like, "Oh my gosh, I don't have any interest." So another situation, Mr. A was acting jealous of Mr. B, and so I was starting to think like maybe he does think that I did touch him inappropriately. So I'm like, maybe I need to make this clear now. Okay, so I said, I don't have any interest in Mr. B, and I don't really feel any interest with you either, Mr. A. Oh no, I just don't feel any interest. I said I had interest one time, a long time ago. Let's say Mr. E. They were like, started to ask me, what is it with Mr. E? Okay, out of all the things that I said, they seem to have latched on to situational awareness. There's a bunch of things. This person was really impressive, but one of the things I was thinking like that I noticed was his situational awareness was really impressive. Okay, his reaction time to whatever everyone is doing around him is like really fast. You know, I'm like, oh my gosh, like that is situational awareness right there. And then they were like, oh well, so what happened? He was here for 6 months. Why didn't you do anything? And I'm like, I did something. I texted him. He did not respond. Did not respond. So and they were like, does he know it's you? Blah blah blah, whatever. Don't worry. I think that's normal. You know, I mean, it's like not everyone that asks me out, I will be like, yeah, let's go. You know, so it's the same. You know, not everyone that I'm gonna ask out will be like, let's go as well. I don't really feel too bad about it. I think it's something normal that we all have to deal with. And then, actually, one of them was like, so, what happened to his situational awareness when he didn't respond to you, huh? I was just like, that's actually true. He was like, yeah, why didn't you just respond? Like, I'm sorry, but, you know, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, that's actually true. They seem to have latched onto this situational awareness idea every time I see them. They're like, so, situational awareness, huh? Mr. E is the god. I thought I was the god, but he's the god. Every time it gets mentioned, it's like, what is situational awareness? So now, I realize, actually, you know, I don't think it gets mentioned that much. Maybe situational awareness is not something that people talk about that much, I guess. And then I started thinking, how did I even discover this term situational awareness? Yeah, so I started to like try to look back look back in my life and try to find where is the source of this situational awareness. And you know what is the source? It's actually an adult cartoon. This adult cartoon, it's called Archer. Comedy series. It's on Netflix actually. My uncle, I think, was the one who introduced me to this. You have to not be easily offended to be able to appreciate the jokes there. Situational awareness is just being aware what's going on in your environment. It's more along the lines of like safety. One of the people who heard us talking about situational awareness and asked, what is situational awareness? And he was like, don't everyone have that? Yes, everyone have situational awareness, but obviously our levels of situational awareness are different. Most of the time, we are lost in our own thoughts, lost in our own world. We're thinking of things and we're just focused on what we're doing. There's a part of us that's kind of focused on what's happening around us in different levels. Being aware of what's going on around you in your environment, being ready to react to what might happen next. Your response time, the quicker you are, the better prepared you are. And in my opinion, situational awareness is actually very important. Even if you're at home, moms, right? They are very good at situational awareness. You know those times when you think they don't know what you're up to? Even if they've got their back turned, they know exactly what you're doing. They're doing something else, they can't see you, but are about to do the naughty stuff, right? And she would tell you off. She would be like, don't do that. Stop wiping your hand on the couch. Son always asks me, how do you know? How do you know? But you know what? Where else it's really useful? I think at work, any kind of work. I work in the operating theaters at my workplace. I really use the concept of situational awareness to improve my practice. So an example of this is I'm circulating. I think you could be a really good circulator if you get this concept of situational awareness in your head. You know that they're doing the anesthetic for the patient right now. Your scrub nurse is scrubbing right now. You know where to put yourself. You know where you'll be the most useful at this very moment. And they're already prepping and draping. You know where to stand because you already know that that's what they're gonna do. You're kind of observing everyone at the same time. If you look at the anesthetic side, if they start getting really worried and like acting really quick, you know there's something wrong with the patient. And so you have to be there. You have to be there and ready to help them with whatever they might need. And also you can look at the monitor. What's going on with the stats? Is it dropping? Your ears kind of do some of the work for you. You're kind of listening to what the surgeons are talking about. So you know what they will need next. And you'll know if, do I have to prepare something? When you watch your scrub nurse, you will be there for them where they actually need you. She's about to give away the suction and the diathermy for you to plug in and connect. You'll be standing by the diathermy machine because that's the best place for you to stand when the surgeons are scrubbing. You need to tie up the surgeons so that they can help your scrub nurse prep and drape. And I think it's really useful even if you're a scrub nurse as well. Even if you're all tied up and sterile. Observing what the surgeons are doing will give you an idea of what things they will need next. Even listening to their conversation with each other to have a clue what are they gonna need next, and then you can prepare it beforehand so that you're ready. When they encounter something, all of a sudden there's bleeding, you have to not count in that moment. You have to choose when do you do your count. You can't just all of a sudden decide, actually, I'm gonna count right now while they're, like busy trying to sort out this big bleeder. Because that doesn't make sense. You're gonna have to focus on assisting them at this moment because they need you right now. They have to be quick. Try to suture it or diathermy that as soon as possible before the patient loses too much blood. Emergency situations. So we do a lot of cesarean sections. Categorize our cesarean sections from category 1 to 4. Like 4 is basically elective. And 1 is like a proper emergency. Like you have to save the baby's life. You have to get the baby out from the time of the call within half an hour. Is your target. The patient needs to be catheterized. You need to put a diathermy pad on. You need to put Flotrim boots on. At that moment, before the baby comes out, it's not really a priority to be writing down the patient's details on the books or doing the computer work. At these moments, you need to be doing the things that are urgent right now. Prioritize your actions. Situational awareness is being aware of what's going on around you and having an idea on how things might unfold over time. Especially if you already have experience, you would know what the steps are going to be at this particular moment. What are the actions that are very important or urgent right now? Whatever happens in any of those areas, anesthetic side, surgeon side, scrub side, you will already have an idea how you're gonna react when something happens. If the baby's heart rate drops quickly, what are you gonna do? Keep your eye on the CTG monitor to kind of have an idea, are we gonna need to rush? Are we gonna have to act fast? You're kind of reading their mind somehow, because you're already doing it before they even ask for it. You know, as a scrivener, you give them something that they need before they even ask you. Then it's like, you know, that's like a good job for you. I think it's a really good practice, if you know, for everyone to keep in mind, like situational awareness. Watch what everyone is up to. Watch what everyone is trying to do. And you actually realize there's so many things that you actually miss. There's so many things that you don't actually help doing because you're too busy in your own world, in your head, and you've been like just focused on what you're trying to do and being able to read the room. If you want to go a deeper level, like you could even get to what could this person be feeling? If you, for example, do something, how do you think they will react to that? That's part of it. You know, that's part of situational awareness. How do you think they will react to a certain thing that you say? Do you want them to react that way? Or if not, how can you change your words into something that's more acceptable? That will help you with conflict resolution as well. Read their face, how they react to certain things. You would kind of have an idea. Sometimes you can see a lot of conflict with the people that you're working together. And if you're able to read that, then it will be easier for you to manage that particular conflict, or like try to mellow it down. Be a peacekeeper. Someone is having a bad day, it would be nice and kind to like try to make them feel better about it. Everyone will have like a day when things that they're trying to do doesn't seem to work out the way they want. 10 words like, oh, I've seen a lot of people go through this. Oh, yeah, a lot of people has made that same mistake in the past. Then they wouldn't feel so bad about, you know, making that mistake today. Not just at work. You can have that anywhere. While you're on holiday, like to keep yourself safe, you know, check out what's happening around you. People would even say like knowing all the exits. I don't think I'm that good in situational awareness when I'm on holiday. There's always room for improvement, but yeah, it's a good concept, I think, to consider in the operating theaters. Working in the operating theaters plus situational awareness, I think goes really well together. Well, I hope you like this video. Give it a thumbs up if you like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. I'm a ninja without a name. Don't fall in love.